Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you a few more passive income ideas. And this time it's a special episode where I'm hosting Hazel Lim from Juicy Ideas. Pay attention, this is a two-part video. So next week, we're going to have another video. This is for this week. My name is Shlomo Freund, and I help you find your next digital asset. It can be quite overwhelming to find the right asset for you and look at all the details. And this is what I'm here for, to helping you buy your next online business. Let's jump in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another, let's say, listing reviews this time. And I have a special guest today, Hazel Lim from Juicy Ideas, cool newsletter. Go check it out. And we decided to do a special review this time, not of a single listing, but we're going to review Duuce Marketplace, which is a newsletter marketplace. Hazel is running her own newsletter. That's her main business. Therefore, it will be interesting to kind of look at those listings and see what are good points specifically about newsletters, what we're trying to find there in order to move on to actually buying one.
Hi everyone, my name is Hazel, and as someone was saying, that I run Juicy Ideas. It's a newsletter that shares growth hacks from indie makers, successful indie makers, for everybody else who's looking to get into the indie hacking business. Prior to that, I used to work for work in investments, so I've got a finance background. So I used to work for a private equity company and then a venture studio where we look at multiple businesses that are more established, and look at businesses like this to buy and own and operate. And so this is slightly different to me. Last year as well, I was running two AI products, both of which I sold. So I add a little bit of some views from my experience selling.
I was at that auction. This is
how was the sorry?
I was at that auction and
oh yes, that's right, the first
cards. One. Was that the AI cards or that was the travel one or both? I don't remember.
You might have been in both. Yeah, that's right.
Both, right. Yeah, she sold both.
Both sold, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Cool.
But yeah, I will share to the extent that they are relevant. I'll share some experience from that process as well. But I'm happy to be here today.
Awesome. Okay, let's jump in. I'll share my screen. We'll go and look at some juicy newsletters.
I love the plug. News.
Okay, so this is the Duuce platform. It's their marketplace page, and this is where you can filter. But let's first, before we try to filter, let's just first have a first look on what we're seeing, and yeah, let's look at that.
Yeah, just scrolling down the list, we've got, I guess, obviously we'll see a lot of AI. That's because everyone's interested in AI at the moment, interested in writing them, reading about them. So that's going to be a lot of them. Right. Investing, the other very, very popular niche as well.
Another trend that I see is local newsletters. Look at that, 30 local newsletters in a bulk. So yeah, people sometimes go hyper local. It's pretty amazing, and they're doing really well.
Yeah, because I guess it's replacing a lot of the physical newspaper that people used to read, and people want to know what's happening locally. Interesting, in right in the middle, cheap flight alerts. I've met the founder of the UK sort of travel. Yeah, it's a newsletter that's been operating for, I don't know, like 15 years. It's long.
And they're selling for 31,000. That's it?
No, not this. Sorry, not this company.
Okay.
That's another one. Yeah, but yeah, I've just got interesting insights from speaking to him, running this newsletter, I guess he called it I don't know. He just called it a website. I guess it's been 15 years. Newsletter wasn't all the rage then.
Yeah. I think these are just now because of the search drop and what is happening. So people are like, we're going to hold a newsletter. That's really ours. So that is getting its
and the morning brew
second wind here with newsletters, because it used to be it dropped and now it's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we also see is there's
Maybe
a lot with no revenue, with huge asking price. So
yes,
possibly if we were to,
this one,
yeah,
previous one.
so for these ones, not to say that there's no value in it whatsoever, but it will be a case of if you already have an avenue to generate revenue, and all you need is more traffic, then it might be that this could be something that's interesting for you. But otherwise, if you don't already have a business in a relevant industry, in this case, trivia,
Right.
or if you don't have a plan on how you might be able to monetize it, then
This
I would,
pet website as example for dog news. That's
yeah,
an example.
that's right.
Okay, $20,000. This is racing.
Mm.
I have a quotes website. I should do that. I have a daily newsletter, daily quote newsletter as well. I need to
Amazing.
check that out.
This is incredible, because I guess now, and I don't know when this was created, this entire thing can be AI and automated, AI written quotes, then automation, automated email.
Yeah. Shall we jump to the filter?
Yes.
Let's show people how we filter what will be interesting. So what do we want to do? So we can take a niche, and we can do list size, monthly revenue, asking price, and then they have show newsletter under 6
I'm
months
curious
old.
what was fine.
I kind of wonder why they added this. Why they
Yeah,
added this one.
because anything that's less than 6 months, a lot of their audience are still very, very fresh, and they will likely, it's an indication of open rates and engagement. So if you subscribe to something for a very, very long time, and yet unless you are a very loyal reader, of which it will be a very small segment of your subscriber list, a lot of them are going to, they don't tend to open your emails anymore. So newsletter under 6 months old is just freshness of that list.
So they probably will have a higher multiplier.
Possibly.
Okay. So just suggest your filter, Hazel.
So I don't have a niche at the moment. So I'm actually open to seeing any, and see what comes up. For list size, it really much depends on monetization and the business model. So in that case, I don't really mind without putting on a filter yet. What's probably more important for me is that the newsletter can be monetized in some way. So because I don't already have a business, assuming I don't already have a business that I want to tag on. Right. So I'm not trying to look for a new distribution channel for an existing business. Then what I would assume that we're looking for something that can be a standalone business, then I would absolutely putting in a filter for a minimum monthly revenue. Probably, let's say about 1,000. We're probably looking for something a little bit higher, but 1,000 just shows that there is something. There is something there, I guess.
Do we want the 6 months old?
Sure, why not? Let's try that.
Let's see what's the price.
I'll probably look at both, but yeah.
Okay. So this is 0.
Let's go back and remove that.
You can't monetize within 6 months, but you get a lot of subscribers. If you do paid ads, you spend a lot of money. Okay, just 1,000.
That's actually a really interesting insight. That's very interesting. Although, I thought I had seen one that's less than. Anyway, we'll have a look. It might also be that filter doesn't work at the moment. So let's look at it. Okay,
so we filtered by 1,000 revenue a month, and this is what we got. So we have business, finance, the local one, of course. Well, for this price, I assume they make some money. Investing, finance.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying this video, and please like and subscribe, and let's move on to the rest of the listing review.
Self-improvement, creators, AI. I'm surprised there aren't many AIs at the top, must say. She's just one AI over here. Compare that tiny list with $150,000 ask price. That's pretty high. Well, I don't know how much they make. We can dive into those. 750,000 spirituality. Okay.
I guess it's telling us something that we don't see any AI here.
Yeah.
In that it's high in demand, it's very fresh, very new, but there's a lot of people doing it. So it might just be that if you were to buy one that's in the AI niche, you may have a problem with monetization unless you get to a certain size.
This is sold.
Yep.
AI.
Oh, balance sheet. I remember this newsletter actually.
Who? Which one?
Balance sheet.
Oh,
on the
balance
left,
sheet.
that's sold as well.
Okay.
Newsletter about
3,000.
AI. Okay. I take that
So they
back.
ask for 3,000 and they make more than 1,000 a month. That's cheap. It probably was not sold. It was probably not sold for 3,000, or it doesn't make 1,000. Okay, I want to look at the next page, and then let's dive into one or two listings. Okay.
Okay.
Second page.
Oh,
AI.
you know what? This is actually a really interesting thing for anybody looking to buy. Not many marketplaces show you sold businesses. They usually take them off. If I were to buy, I would probably just go through all the sold ones to start with, just to get my head into how businesses are valued, how they make money, what are businesses that people want to buy, because it might be that you buy this business in another year's time, you want to sell it. So you want to be in the business where it can be sold. So this is probably where I would start.
Good strategy. Okay, I'll go to the first page and we'll find one. Do you want?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's look at the local one.
The local one. We'll have to do 30 here. 30 local newsletters. Okay, all your news in just 5 minutes a week. 30 local newsletters.
I'm curious what their operational.
I was about to say the same thing. Do they have an army of people in 30 cities?
Is it AI? Is it a RSS feed from Google? Like how do they do this? Because running one newsletter is hard enough, let alone 30.
It was founded a week ago. Something doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Monthly
That's telling me the ticker, the filter at the front that says less than 6 months old isn't working, because obviously this is brand new. Yeah.
News guys, you need to fix this.
Newsletter, visit website. I have a collection of local newsletters, 30 cities.
Ranging 3K and 12K subs. Okay. There are 115,000 active subs combined.
22 issues. So some
Very
of them
high open rate.
haven't.
Look at this.
Well, the first. How do they get the news? How do they get the subscribers? Right? Do they count? If they're a week old, that will be their first issue. Presumably, everyone opens that.
I think it's just a mistake here it's when it was listed and they made a mistake or something. It's not really when it was. It just doesn't make sense.
They run ads.
Where do you see that?
I think this is if you go down a screenshot.
Oh yeah. Okay, geography.
That's the Facebook.
Okay, let me. This is how they acquire their. Yeah, I can zoom in. Okay, so here you have about 30 of those.
In the States.
They're all in the States. And they're all big cities. So I'd say there is a competition for all of those, probably. Because I see newsletters, in medium size, sometimes small cities, because there's no competition there, and then they just take over. But here, you'll always have, with these size of cities, Las Vegas, San Diego, Miami, they're all going to have other...
What? Yeah, I would love to know what niche they are in as well, because it could be like the food niche, ethnicities, whatever they might be.
Okay, let's see. Do you want to go with the subscriber first, or we'll skip that? Let's go.
We'll come back to it. Let's come back to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Average revenue. Last 6 months, 38,000. Expenses, 30,000. You might be right over there with the army of writers.
No, they're running ads. I don't know what's the ad spend, but okay, for $8,000 a month, with selling for 300,000, that's very expensive.
Yeah. I can see the monetization is through Sparkloop co-registration. Now that makes sense.
Okay.
So there is a trend at the moment with the newsletter industry where, so typically how you monetize a newsletter, you've got running ads, sponsorships. So people running ads on your newsletters. So with these kind of type of newsletters, you need huge subscriber base to be able to make, for that model to make sense. Alternatively, you monetize through affiliate income or your own product, all that kind of stuff, where you sell something.
Yeah.
And then finally, now there's another revenue model for paid newsletters, where you say, okay, well, about 1 or 2% of my subscribers are going to support me because they like what I write about. They would pay for a subscription monthly, and usually these are things like, what I've seen very successful are investing ones or climate change, something that's got a movement behind it. These kind of newsletters can become paid. But now we're seeing another one, a fourth method of monetization, which is Sparkloop. These kind of newsletters.
He's explaining here. Look at this.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he's spending on ads 50 cents cost per lead, and then he's acquiring that lead, but then he gets more money for sending that to Sparkloop. I don't know how much Sparkloop pays, but more than 50 cents from what he said. He said around 2 times more, so around $1. He says here, I make profit about 2x. Yeah. So he's making $1 from Sparkloop and spending 50. So he's getting 50 cents per subscriber, as I understand.
Yeah. So co-registration is when you sign up to a newsletter. So when you go on a Facebook ad, you see their ad campaign, and then it says, okay, well, sign up, subscribe now. You click subscribe, and then it brings you to another pop-up where there's 5 other newsletters you can subscribe to. And then these are Sparkloop co-registrations. And then if you subscribe to them all, then you get paid. Like you as an original newsletter get paid for referring your subscribers to somebody else. So they make money by getting subscribers, not by any other means. No sponsorship.
Do you use it? Do you use Sparkloop or what's the other one that people use that is the...
Beehive has its own network. ConvertKit has its own as well. I currently don't. It's you can, and it's something that I would definitely explore doing. I haven't been able to make the ads work. So for this to work, you have to be able to run your ads effectively enough that you can get your cost per click or CPM down, so that the economics work out. And also, you will have to rotate your ads quite frequently. There is going to be ad fatigue and all the kinds of people are going to get used to seeing a lot the subscribe now button. And then it's going to be more expensive for everybody. It's not going to be a forever green thing. You won't be able to run this forever, I don't think. It's working very well right now for some people.
I don't think it's working very well. I would not pay 300,000 for this one, from my experience, with a multiplier of 300,000 divided by 8,000. It's crazy.
I wouldn't pay to buy a newsletter that has their only way of monetization is Sparkloop.
You wouldn't?
No, because what you're effectively buying is you're buying their ads, you're buying their effective campaign, and essentially not that's it, because that's all they're selling. So I wouldn't. What I probably would rather do is go and find out who runs their ads and go and hire that person to do mine. That's the main value of this business, in my opinion, at this point.
No, I tend to agree. By the way, I take back the crazy, because it's a multiplier of 37.5. which is high at current market prices. We're now hovering around 25-ish with monthly profit multipliers. So 37 is high, okay, because this is what they want. Anyway, I would negotiate this multiplier. It's high, it's not crazy, as I said before. It's 37 is like, okay.
New York City newsletter, upcoming events, AI art, historical facts, and more. Okay, somebody needs to collect all this information from 30 cities. They probably have some kind of a bot or AI study.
I think you can automate a lot of these.
Yeah, I run one newsletter, an AI newsletter, not an AI newsletter, AI generated newsletter websites. There is engagement. It's not crazy. I need to put more effort in optimizing that, but yes, it's definitely doable. There are platforms that do just that. That's what I want to say. Okay.
With the way AI is going, I would say that you can probably like write this copy a lot better, even with AI, to increase your engagement. So that's probably one thing to say about this.
I don't see that, but give me an example.
So I've been experimenting with the GPT 4.0 recently. Because I run a newsletter that takes a lot of time to write, I have a vested interest in getting AI to do a lot of the heavy lifting for me. In the past, I've struggled, mainly the tone, the way it writes, it's very bland, like as you can read from here. It's a little bit like this, where it's very factual. There isn't a lot of character to it, even if you add, even if you prompt it to do so and give it your writing, it somehow injects a lot of AI tone into it, and you can see that. But with the 4.0, I have been able to get much better results out of it. So I think with where it's going, you will be able to improve your AI generated newsletter significantly in the next once they release that, and once that's available for everybody. It might already
available for everybody.
It might already be with the API version.
ChatGPT-O.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's what do you call that? Rate limited at the moment. Like there is a limit on how much you can use every hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can manually do it that way, but you can also integrate it into your workflow through the API. I think with 4.0 as well. So it can be improved for sure.
Okay. One growth opportunity that I see here is sending all that to ticketing systems and get affiliate earnings on all those events. And they didn't mention that they do that. So this is definitely something that you can improve here.
They don't have sponsors as well, do they? At the top or bottom?
They don't have sponsors, but sponsorship is hard work. I would go with affiliate here. It's an easier thing to do. Much easier. Image of the week. We went to Midjourney and we wrote, write a space New York image, do a space New York image, and that's it. Right? This is what they did.
Really? And a bit of history. Great.
Okay. Famous New Yorker in history. Connect with me. Matthew Larson. Matthew, are you the seller or are you the person who is in New York collecting this information? We want to know. Oh, let's give you, it was amazing.
All in all, I wouldn't do it for this particular one.
You wouldn't buy the New York one, or you wouldn't buy this listing?
This listing. Or this
listing. Okay, let's look at what else he has. Managing, okay, action required, managing the writers, or trained freelancers. Okay, proofreading, newsletter monitoring, Spark Loop. Okay. 30 domains, 30 Facebook pages, 30 Instagram account, 30 warrant pixels domain, support post sale. I'm open to doing whatever needed. The freelancers who write them are trained, and the AI prompts are discovered and can run your ads for 3 to 6 months if you really want. Okay, you said that you wouldn't buy that.
Yeah.
But there's probably a price you would buy that. What makes sense for you?
What's stuck in my head now, and I don't know whether I would probably spark a conversation with this guy because he seems to know what he's doing with the ads. What I would buy, I would pay for a consulting with him. to run his to do the ads on specifically for newsletters. Just because I have not been able to make mine anywhere near 50 cents in the past. There's something that he's doing that's done well, and for every single city, for 30 cities in a row, I want to know what his source is. So that's something that there is value there, and I would pay.
Unless his consulting company does exactly that, I don't see why he would even speak with you, because he doesn't need that extra $1,000 for the hour or whatever you need. So, but I suspect that he started this newsletter because his agency does just that, because he's very good at that.
Yeah,
so,
that would be what you probably can find out if that's his real name, not be.
Matthew Larson Consulting.
He's gonna get a lot of people calling it content marketing. Is that him?
Which one? The first one?
I wonder if that.
I know, but we won't be able to verify. Maybe it's one of those. See how I built and sold my 900,000 from a marketing agency, though we didn't sell. Anyway, Matthew, good job on the ads, must say. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the subscribers. What's over here? I don't know what that means though. Subscribers. So column B is probably how much you spent. Subscribers. Row D is cost per subscriber. And then I don't know what's row E. The column.
How much he get back from co-registration? I don't.
So on some of them he does lose, for sure. Actually on all of them. So maybe it's the other way. Maybe D is what he makes from Sparkloop, and E is what he spends. Because if he's losing on all of them, then it doesn't make sense. But of course, some of them are more profitable than others.
I mean, they look great.
I don't know what's impressive. All these colors, they look very impressive, but we don't know what they do.
It's hard to tell.
I think each one of them is probably one city. And then
right, I see.
Did I make a profit on this one today or not? This is the green or red. That's an interesting way to run your operation, to do that every day. Very diligent. Traffic channels, Facebook ads. Okay, interesting.
I really enjoy making this video with Hazel. That was a lot of fun. And next week, there'll be another part. So click over here, and once we release the second video, you'll find it right there. See you on the next one. Cheers.